There are 3 books in the first collection, Digha Nikaya, 3 books in the second collection, 3 books in the third collection, 3 books in the fourth collection. And the remaining belong to the fifth collection. So how many?
28.
28. So what is called minor collection has 28 books, and the others, put together, have only 12 books. So although it is called a minor collection, actually it is the largest collection, because it comprises of Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka, and the other discourses of Suttanta Pitaka. So I want you to understand this. The division into Nikaya, 5 Nikayas, is not a subdivision of Suttanta Pitaka. It is a separate or independent division. And the names of the books are given in this book. There are 5 books in Vinaya Pitaka. So 1, Parajika Pali, major offences; 2, Pachitiya Pali, minor offences; 3, Mahavagga Pali, greater section; 4, Chulavagga Pali, smaller section; and 5, Parivara Pali, the epitome of Vinaya. So they are called 5 books of Vinaya. And then Nikayas: 1, Digha Nikaya; 2, Majjhima Nikaya; 3, Samyutta Nikaya; 4, Anguttara Nikaya; and 5, Khuddaka Nikaya, smaller collection. And that smaller collection comprised of the following 15 books plus Vinaya and Abhidhamma. So this is a division into 3 Pitakas or 5 Nikayas. And it should be noted that the introductory words in every sutta, Evam me suttam, thus have I heard, were uttered by the Venerable Ananda Thera. So almost every discourse in the Sutta Pitaka begin with the words Evam me suttam. That means, thus have I heard. So because it was the Venerable Ananda who was presenting or reporting these discourses to the council. So he said, I have heard like this. That means it is not my own creation. I present it just as I have heard from the Buddha. And then there are 7 books in the Abhidhamma Pitaka. So you can get the list from the book. So all these 31 books are collectively termed the Tipitaka, or 5 Nikayas. And the first Vinaya Pitaka, basket of discipline, mainly deals with rules and regulations which the Buddha promulgated as vocation arose for the future discipline of the order of monks and nuns. So the Vinaya Pitaka is rules and regulations for monks and nuns. And Suttanta Pitaka is a collection of discourses given by the Buddha on various occasions to both monks and lay people. And in that Suttanta Pitaka, discourses delivered by the Venerable Sariputta, Moggallana, Ananda, etc. are also included. So Abhidhamma Pitaka contains the profound philosophy of Buddha's teachings, teachings about consciousness, mental factors, material properties, nibbana, and also teachings about aggregates, bases, elements, and so on. And that Tipitaka was handed down from generation to generation by word of mouth for 450 years, because there was no tradition of writing the teachings of the Buddha down on books or whatever. So they carried the teachings of the Buddha by word of mouth. So the teacher taught his pupil, and the pupil taught his pupil, and so they handed down from generation to generation. But in about 80 BC, they were written down on palm leaves. Okay, where was the Tipitaka written down? In what country?
Sri Lanka.
Right, Sri Lanka. The Tipitaka was first committed to writing at Alu Vihara in Ceylon about 80 BC in the reign of King Watagamani Abhaya. The place is still there, and there are big caves in that place. I've been to that place. So it is north of modern Kandy. There is a city called Kandy, and to the north of Kandy there is a town called Alu Vihara. And there are big caves where the monks lived and wrote the Tipitaka on the palm leaves. Okay, we'll have to stop here. We cannot go to the second or third councils today. Although it is, first I thought, it's just history, it's easy to understand, but there are some many things I want you to understand correctly, so it takes more time.
Bhante, was there an Abhidhamma in the first council?
That's a very good question. Now, what they did at the first council was described in the Pali commentaries. And in the description of Pali commentaries, I do not find a detailed description of how they rehearsed Abhidhamma Pitaka. Now, with regard to Vinaya Pitaka, the commentary said the Venerable Mahakasapa put questions to Venerable Upali, like where was this rule promulgated, on what occasion, and who was the first breaker of the rule, something like that. So a detailed question and questions are given. And also with regard to Suttanta Pitaka, the commentary explains it. But with regard to Abhidhamma Pitaka, the commentary didn't say anything. Just only later on, a few pages later, it said the elders at the first council rehearsed the Vinaya Pitaka, Suttanta Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. But how they rehearsed Abhidhamma Pitaka was not described.
A yogi have a question. When a yogi meditates, if he has a remorse or a repentance over good things that he haven't done yet, or bad things that he had already done, then later on when he feel remorse about it, thinking about it, is it okay to do so?
Now first, remorse about bad thing done in the past and good thing not done in the past. Not about things that he has not yet, good things he has not yet done. Actually, remorse is about past deeds, past good deeds and past bad deeds. Bad deeds he has done, and good deeds he has not done. So with regard to that doing and not doing bad and good deeds, he has remorse. So remorse is always not good to have. Because remorse itself is an unwholesome mental state. But say this kind of thing, remorse, comes to us very often, because if we had done something, say, bad in the past, and then we think about it again and again, and so we have remorse. But Buddha said that remorse is not good to have or not profitable, because what is done is already done, and it is in the past, and you cannot undo it. Say you did something wrong in the past, but you cannot undo it because it's already done and you have acquired karma. You cannot destroy that karma now. So by having remorse about the things in the past, you acquire fresh akusala, and so you are making your akusala grow, so by having remorse. So Buddha said, it is best dealt with by making a resolution that I will not do such things in the future. I will refrain from doing them in the future. And then doing good deeds, something like to cover the bad ones. So remorse is not a good thing to have, and it's very damaging when you practice meditation. So just today, a student of mine came to me, and he's an American boy. So he came to me and he said he had a lot of doubts or remorse. So I told him the same thing. It doesn't pay to have these doubts or remorse. So just not let them come to you if you can. If they come, then when you're practicing meditation, just be mindful, and pay real attention to it and let it go by itself.
So by asking for forgiveness when a Buddha, is that the same thing as remorse?
It is to get rid of, remorse.
So when we meditate and then sometimes we have to bow in front of Buddha and ask for forgiveness, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, this is very, actually we should do this at the beginning of every meditation session. Asking forgiveness. Asking forgiveness has another purpose, and that is to get rid of pride in ourselves. See, when we ask forgiveness, say we give up pride also. So asking forgiveness before practicing meditation is a good thing to do.
However, we think back to the past that we have done, does that violate the meditation state?
What did he say?
When we ask for forgiveness, that's when we have to think back what we did in the past.
Yes.
Whether it's wrong or not. So when we do like that, we also violate our state of meditation, our mindfulness. Is that right?
No, we do it before we practice meditation, at the beginning of our meditation, not during meditation. So we do not interrupt our meditation, but before practicing meditation, as soon as you sit down, something like that, and you ask forgiveness.
I have a question, but this is related to some past experience when.
Yeah, sometimes we may not be able to explain why such things happen. Strange things can happen actually during meditation. So you may feel cold, or you may feel hot, or sometimes you may feel itching all over the body, a very intense heat, or all these the yogis experience at one time or another. Now, sometimes what happens is you may not be able to translate all of it because we are talking too long. Now, what happens is we have very subtle imaginations in our mind, and we are not even aware that they are in our mind, very subtle imaginations. And these subtle imaginations look like real when we get certain amount of concentration. So we get some kind of concentration, and that concentration ignites or something like that, the very subtle imaginations in our mind, and then we begin to feel them as real. Yeah, actually some are real as well as they are imagined. Now, there's a woman who told me when she meditated in Burma, her ankle was twisted. And she had this kind of feeling for about 20 days. Actually, it was not twisted. But whenever she meditated and, let's say, get concentration, then her ankle was twisted and she had a very sharp pain. And then every day she had to give up because she could not conquer pain. But on the last day, she decided, even if I die, I will not give up. I will die meditating rather than giving up. And so that day she tried to be mindful, say pain, and so she was able to get rid of that pain or conquer that pain. But after a few days, she had another pain. She felt heat, a very intense heat under her thigh, as though she was sitting on a coal. How do you call that? Hot coal? Yeah. And that lasts with her for about another 20 days or so. So these subtle imaginations can create situations that look like real. And when you have pain, you really suffer at that moment. You have real pain, but that pain cannot give you physical trouble. The moment you stop meditating, the pain disappears. And then you meditate again and get concentration. Then if you have not conquered that pain, then that will arise again. But whatever happens, what you should do during meditation is just pay attention or be mindful. Do not be afraid of it. Or do not give up meditating. But perseveringly try to be mindful. If it is pain, just say pain, like that. Sometimes your body may shake, or you may throw your hands like this way.
When I meditate, sometimes I get trouble when I found that I might not shaking my body for an hour. I might still for an hour. However, until about half an hour, I feel the pain and then I start to shaking my body. I think I got that trouble is that because the mind is not strong enough to overcome the obstacle.
That's right, yeah. Yes. When you have pain, then you have to be very patient with it, and also you have to be firm with yourself. So do not give up, but try to be mindful of it. And do not change posture or whatever, but try to deal with it. And if your concentration is stronger, then you will conquer pain. And if your concentration is still weak, then it will conquer you at that time. So next time you have to try to conquer it. But eventually you will get rid of it. Yeah. May all beings share this merit, which we have thus acquired, for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, deities and others of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the teaching. Sadhu, sadhu. Sambitiyo vivajantu sabbarogo vinasatu mahate bhavattvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava abhivadana silesa nityam uddha bacayino chattaro dhamma vadhanti ayu vanno sukham balang.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.